Hello everyone and welcome back to Let's Play Imperator Rome with me, Papa Omega and Rome. So the previous episode was a bit of a bust, despite us actually doing pretty well when we attacked Umbria and Picentia. We have been able to gain only the territory of Picentia and a little bit of Umbria, while the rest was swallowed by the Sabines and Etruscans. While this is a major defeat, we have actually been able to snatch a little bit of a victory for ourselves, meaning that the city of Spoletium, which is the only province that was left to the Umbrians, is now our vassal, or the Umbrians are our vassal, and this is a heavily fortified place. They have a level 2 fort here, or they will have a level 2 fort here once they finish building it up. So in case of a war with Etruria, this is going to be a pretty good choke point for the enemy to stop at, as there are pretty much no other forts in the entire Sabinian territory, with the exception of this little settlement, which is not even a city, it's just a fort in the middle of nowhere. Well, actually, there's a lot of people living here, but still, you know, it's a small choke point compared to this one, because they will have to break through here and through Veii, and once we take the city of Ankon that we are currently preparing to assault, we'll basically create a net of forts that they will not be able to cross through without laying siege to them. So in the end, it's not all bad. However, I wanted to start this episode by also looking at our tracked kingdoms, because many of them, or tracked nations, or countries, as many of them are at war. So Catawba is actually at war with Saba, and they seem to be winning. So that's actually pretty good for them. Gaetia is also winning its invasion into Krobizia, so they're on the right way to win. So let's see if they can manage that. Byzantium is locked in a major war between the Antigonid Kingdom and Thrace. And considering they're one of the border nations, well, good luck to them. I really hope... Wait, are they already conquered? No, they're not. Okay, but, you know, that's the precarious situation. Byzantium was the second most popular choice for you guys, and as you can see, the situation for them is horrific. They start at the border of Antagonids and Thrace. Logically, what I would do would be to try to get the provinces of, what is this nation? Bithynia, okay, Bithynia and Chalcedon, but, you know, all of them are tributaries of someone, so you really need to play your cards well, and all stars need to align for you to actually gain something. And Hemoscopeon, a little Greek colony on the coast of Iberia, is at war with Edetania, and they're losing, so they might be the first ones to go. Bosporan Kingdom is the only one that's actually not at war, but they already took the nation that's here, and I always forget what they're called. There is a nation, Taurica, alright, so they took the nation of Taurica, which has these border provinces, but that's always happening, they're very weak, so we'll see how they're gonna continue attacking Sifia and Yasigia. Interestingly though, Bosporan Kingdom, and I really like that, they have a lot of Bosporan pops around them, so the further they go, the more pops they gain from the territories they conquer. Which, for example, for us doesn't really work. We have the Roman population. Well, actually, all right. I'm a little bit not right about that. There are some pops here and there, but not really in many places, you know. So just the Etruscans, and they are going to probably assimilate them pretty heavily unless we do. Well, no. No, okay, so we still can gain some pops from Etruria if we move there, but really, like, in the grand scheme of things, it's really just, you know, our nation and a little bit of Etruria, while they can actually gain quite a lot of people from around. And the same challenge goes to, for example, Hemoscopeon. There are these little ports where they can gain a couple of their own pops if they are good. So that actually works well. I think we already gained a little bit of population. We started with something like 304, so now we have 307, which is not bad, you know. The more, the merrier. Anyway, let's get back to it. Our army is marching on the treacherous port of Ancona. I was actually thinking whether or not I did the right choice by sending my army there, because they didn't yield to us. But I think in this political climate, Rome wouldn't really try to buy into someone so much weaker. They would try to subjugate them by force. And if they actually accepted it, I would be happy to take them as a vassal. That reminds me, we need to activate an automatic trade for Picentum. Not that they have anything to trade, and we're gonna go with cultural assimilation. Alright, and we have a trade route to Rome. Now, food-wise, we're doing amazing, so I'm just gonna go ahead and start importing precious metals, because that's gonna increase happiness of citizens everywhere by 8%. That is a really good choice. Now, what we need to address here, though, is the fact that our governor of Magna Graecia is already disloyal, and that is just a freaking nightmare. How and why? Yeah, he's the disloyal character. And why? Why are you disloyal all of a sudden? Power base. What the hell happened to your power base? Why did it went? Oh, because you became a head of a family. Oh god. Well, the easiest way we can deal with this is just bribe him. That's gonna give us a little bit of loyalty for 48 months. So for 4 years, we get him under our control. It's not great that he's gonna gain corruption. That's gonna make everything much harder in the future. But quite honestly, he's 72. He's gonna die soon. So this is gonna deal with the problem for now, and we're gonna be done. Now let's put him on the characters. I would like to see him sponsoring games. Alright, oh, you do that. You do that. Not a great situation. I actually still don't know where we are going to build that. I think building it in Rome, build that grand theater. I think building it in Rome is a little bit of waste, because we are very quickly going to convert all of the pops that are here, and they're converting pretty fast on their own, but still it gives a huge bonus to happiness, and our pops are not that happy here, so it would make sense to actually deal with that. So what kind of defenses you have? Okay, general of 8. I have reorganized my troops so they will perform much better. Yeah, they have a better general, but, you know, we are like, what, 7 times bigger than them? 7.5 times? No, 8.5 times actually, so they have no chance. Alright. Yeah, so, slaughter. But you can see that even here we lost almost 200 men. These battles are really not easy, and, you know, sometimes you can lose, same as in real world, dozens and dozens of units when we're being supported even. Good. You have food, right? Yeah, you have food for prolonged siege. You probably stole it from the territories you passed through, but they were doing alright. How's the new territory? Yeah, okay, they're full. And you... Okay, you're connected to these ones. It's not great. You're gonna have a little bit of an issue with fort infrastructure capacity here. It would make sense to actually take down this fort, but considering our strategic positioning, we cannot do it. So I think I might actually do a political investment here into this area and increase the capacity. Again, this is just for roleplay reasons. I wouldn't need that. I wouldn't have to do that if I didn't want to, but it is what it is. And we have to think about what we are going to do next here. So we got claims on pretty much everyone else, but we have truce with these guys. Though it's not showing us actually when that truce is going to end, because it's a mandated truce. I think it's until 455, so we won't be able to do much here. Tribal proposition. Our tribal neighbor Sabinia has started investing a lot of their treasury into opening up the borders between our two nations. Hopefully this will prove beneficial for us as well, though their tribesmen are somewhat more unruly than we are used to. Alright, so they send us a little bit of money. And we get a tribal influx. Alright, a bit of attacks, but low happiness. So the way north is effectively barred from us. Unless we attack Sanonas, which would however get us on the border of the Gallic tribes. I'm not really happy about that. That's not a great way to go. That's not a great way to go. Fantastic city of Metapontum. Sure. What about southwards? We'll have to ignore Samnium, but what if we went after Apulia? Tarentum and Sipontum would join. Tarentum. And where can we use Sipontum? Ah, okay. Okay, Sipontum is this one. Sipontum could be a good target as well. Apulia and Tarentum. Alright, we finished all of the claims. Suppression of the Massili. Our Howards bring us news from a war in Africa. The Punic Senate, known for their wise greed and wickedness, have taken it upon themselves to expand their hegemony further. A lone tribe, the Massili of Africa Inferior, or Interior, Africa Interior, has chosen to stand and fight, perhaps doomed to fail. Well, we are not going to help them, but Carthage is on a warpath. Yeah, Massilia is gonna have an issue. Heraclea wants to import grain, we're not gonna do that, and Sipontum wants an access. Alright, so what we could do here is actually we could fabricate a claim on the city of Scipius and drag the others into war. Now there is a certain risk with that because Epirus is one of the historical opponents and they might try to attack us if we go too far south, as they are the protector of the Greek states here. But I think it's worth the risk because we really don't have any other avenues of growth, and this is actually going to be beneficial for us in the long run anyway, because we need that city one way or another. So let's just let them do that. Yeah, we could go Brutia, but I'm not really interested. So how is Haverscopeon doing? Did they liberate that? Oh, they liberated their territory. Good for them. Did the war change? No, it's just those two still. Alright, Gatia is fighting. Oh, Catawba is gonna win this one. Good for them. They either win this early war with Saba or they are lost forever. So, good to see they actually have a fighting chance. And world food supply. Yeah, it's gonna be a harsh winter, but winter is almost over, so that's actually pretty good. Alright, we have 302 gold. We want to build this. I think we do. Let's build it. We are risking a little bit here, but we are going to sack the city of Ankon, and we have a truce with Etruria, so they cannot really attack us right now. And we'll save up another 100 gold for the potential. Oh hey, there's a naval fight here. Who's fighting? Oh, okay, so it's our allies against them. You guys blockade this place? You might. I don't really care that much about the situation enough to increase the fleet maintenance and actually put on a blockade. Alright, so we can put another trade route to the capital. Horses. Well, that would help with the light cavalry. We've already discussed that. We cannot import salt, but I'm not really worried about it. It would help javelins and spearmen. I think we have just spearmen, right? No, we do have javelins, and we do not have spearmen. Alright, so we do have all of those. So that seems a little bit of a waste. Alright, dates help with the national flowers. I really like fruits, but they're not available. Camels. We don't have earthenware. No, we actually do have wine. Light infantry, slingers. Honey would be amazing. I don't think we have enough. We need both of them. I would have to cancel one of the grain imports. It's not worth it. Or we could go with stone. Stone is really good. Stone is really good. Let's go with what will give us a benefit immediately. So let's go... That helps slaves. I would like something for nobles, but... Okay, let's go with honey. We can cancel the trade route eventually. And this helps our freemen. So it should be fine. So the siege is going... Do we want to... Actually, I have an idea. We're gonna be paying a little bit for maintenance here, but... Oh, no, 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 no! Oh, God, no! Oh, we have lost our entire fleet. Oh, God. Well... In the traditions of the of the Romans, we have just lost our entire fleet in one swoop. Great. Well, alright. What I wanted to do, I didn't notice the pirates. I should have looked. God damn it. But what I wanted to do was send them here, and actually there is quite a big chance that you can capture enemy ships during naval battles, so I thought it was a good option here. Well, turns out it wasn't. 2-star income is going to be a little bit better now. Jesus Christ. I wouldn't... Nobody would believe me if that wasn't called on cam. Alright, so you're looking at investment opportunities. And we really need to do something with you. Might want to put someone else in charge of the province because he is just too goddamn proud. Hey, so they actually survived that war. Interesting. Good on you, Hemeroscopeon. Land mismanagement. In a staggering display of incompetence, it seemed that the governor Marcus has mismanaged his estate in the provinces of Apulia to such a degree that there are reports of food shortages across the area. It seems the fool tried to introduce a novel system of irrigation without any knowledge of agriculture, ruining most of the harvest. Well, great. Strip his estates and help the needy. Local monthly food modifier minus 16%. Clap Marcus in irons. His assets will cover the costs. Well, he is imprisoned and removed from power. Again, a little bit of tyranny. Or he gains loyalty. But people are angry. Now, honestly, this guy is disloyal. And made it quite obvious. So let's... Oh my god, he's a hero though. I feel so bad about imprisoning him, but... Alright, let's clap him. And we'll choose a different ruler for the province. Let me just see the families. He was a Corvus, so yeah, he's not of the great families, so we are free to choose whoever we want. I want someone who has high martial. Publius Sulpicius has a high loyalty. That's not bad. He has terrible finesse. This guy might be better. Lucius Postumius Megillus. He has higher statesmanship. His loyalty is a little bit lower. Do you have any power base? He's part of the Populares. No. Nor do you though. This guy is a good choice because he's very young. So he will be a governor for a long time. This guy is a better choice, but he is older. He's prominent. Neither have any corruption. Get this guy for about 20 years, I guess. No, let's get the young guy in there. He is going to be a little bit of a sure investment. So his statesmanship loyalty is 51. That's great. Unfortunately, that means he will change all of the policies. Yes, he did. Alright, so cultural assimilation. We're incurring a little bit of tyranny where we forcefully change the policies, but there isn't any other choice. Jesus Christ, the pirates are strong now. That was one hell of a mess. Such a mess that I'm actually stuttering because of that. Alright, so the siege is going well. It's gonna end soon, so we'll take them down and we'll put our levies to rest for a bit. The sackings of Ankon. Publius Sempronius Sophus has led his men to glorious victory during the siege of Ankon. The enemy flee in disgrace, and all that is left is to decide on how to treat the residents within. Needless to say, the spoils of war are likely to cause those back in Rome to admire Publius greatly, but leaving such a wealth in the hands of one man could cause problems in the future. Well, this doesn't really come into play because he's our consul, so his loyalty is always maximum. Now, we could do a gentle looting, let the troops plunder, or just raise the city pretty much. This would kill 4 pops, this would kill 2 pops, and this kills no pops. Now, considering everything that happened, we've already taken 2 slaves to Capua, and the historicity of the siege, Romans did some heinous things. For example, the sack of Epirus was an insanity. The sacks that happened during the Punic Wars, the sack of Carthage itself, they were really bad. But generally speaking, Romans didn't really punish the population itself. They always punished the elites. So let the looting be gentle, and at this point we can annex them. So Ancona is going to become our province. Good. The Anconian elite is going to be banished, and some are going to be killed, and our units can now be disbanded. Alright, we're getting a little bit of experience. So this is new extent of our territory. We have our core territory, then we have Picentum, or Picenum. It's not Picenum. We gain a little bit of Aternum, and that's that. Unfortunately, we are still dependent on crossing through Siberia, which is not great. But what can we do? Not much. So how many pops do we have right now? We have 534, so we get about 100. Sabellians actually grew quite in numbers, but they are already... yeah, they have rights of intermarriage and rights to enter contract, so they are a privileged class. They're just mad now because we conquered their peoples. So it's not like... and what about you guys? Italiotian, there's 41 of you. And they're really mad. They are really mad. Alright, so how do our provinces fare? Religious unity, not great. Apulia is terrible. Cultural unity. Yeah, Picentia, we have absolutely no Romans there, unfortunately. So that is a good candidate for conversions. And loyalty is not bad. The provinces are actually doing pretty good. The loyalty of Campania is actually lowering because of the unrest. But once that unrest is gone, we're gonna be fine. You are increasing, you are decreasing dramatically in Apulia. But again, that comes 22, 17, 19, 21. Alright, so it will decline a little bit over time, so we need to keep an eye on that. Rising from obscurity. Oh yes, the next great family. Roman fortunes are rising. Over time, our republic has achieved both greater wealth and power. Traditionally, we have relied on the ability, valor, and dignity of our ancient and honorable families, but with rising fortune, there is also ample opportunity for new men of quality to rise beyond their birthright. Contacts certainly help when aspiring to join the elites, and there are certainly some families that the parties in our Senate would like us to favor. If we support a candidate endorsed by the parties, it is just as certain that this will upset the current balance of power in the Senate. Well, we're doing sort of good in the Senate, so it's not a major thing. Among those that aspire to greatness, there is also Gaius Junius Bubulcus, a man who has achieved great power without the support of the parties, and who would jump at this opportunity to prove himself. So, we have choices for great families. We have the Lucius Papirius Cursor, Publius Sempronius Sophos. Oh, that's actually our consul, so his family would become the great family. Sebastianus Castellanicatus. They're all Italic and Roman, aren't they? Yeah. Alright, and then there's Gaius Junius Bubulcus, a self-made man. So this guy is favored by the Populares, this guy by Optimates, this guy by Boni, and this guy by no one. First generation meritocrats. But people will be mad. Alright. I'm thinking our consul might be the guy we want to see there, just for the historicity of that, though I really don't see what his loyalty is at this point. This guy is 77, it's not bad. Terrorist power base, high faction approval, his culture happiness, granted office, so he has an office, so he's actually a pretty good guy, he's a researcher. Okay, this guy is out. So either it's going to be Publius or Lucius, and I think historically Sempronius. Okay, let's go with Publius. And now his family is scorned. We need to give him some offices, unfortunately. That's how it is. So let's see. Anything that we want to change here. So the omen is the office of augur is really not great. We could get a better guy here, but the statesmanship is really bad. But in the long term, I think it's gonna be a good choice. Any other place? What happened to you? You were much better. Uncaring. Oh, he's a dementia. Alright, well then that is an easy choice. Well, an easy choice, but also not a great one. It makes much more sense to put someone like Publius Decius here. Huh. Well. Alright, what about here? Alright, here we have a really good choice. So, Servius Sempronius, but let's put him on on that civilization. That's gonna be much better. So we lowered a little bit, but we have a much higher... Oh, he's 75, I didn't notice that. Well, alright. That wasn't a great choice in the end. But alright, and here we could put EU. Which is gonna bite us in the rear short term, but you're gonna get much, much better eventually. And you're fairly young. Alright, that deals with the scorned families. We're fine now, but the issues remain. So you're not gonna be building any... Oh wait, there's actually a split. Alright, so we don't even need to build any investments here. Awesome. So that's pretty good. Sipontum cancelled our military access. Alright. But we're looking at you. We are gonna come after you eventually. I think we might just put Tarentum as either a tributary or a vassal and just take Apulia for ourselves. But I would really not like to get into a conflict with Epirus at this point. I mean, they seem weak, but they got a lot of allies. Well, no they don't. That's bizarre. Usually Epirus is much, much stronger than that. I guess in this version of the history, they're not. Alright, let me just check the food as a parting shot, and we're gonna call it a day. Alright, food is doing good. It's February. You're a little bit worrisome, Eternum. You are a little bit worrisome. That's you. Yeah, because we got a city here and just 2 small provinces which are not really producing any grain, and you don't really have any trade routes. It would make sense to actually build you a port here. No. I don't know what the effect of the population is on that. A major one. So a port could actually fix that, and we could start importing grain. It will also fix itself when we integrate some of these tribes, but... Alright, so let's end this by looking at Rome, because Rome has just finished the Grand Theater, and our conversion rate here is now 4.84%, which is amazing. And that's gonna mean that every, what? Roughly every 2 years? Roughly every 2 years, one of these pops is gonna convert. We still got 9 of them, so in about a decade Rome is gonna be fully Romanized. What we need to do is build an aqueduct here and get some more slaves in here so that they can work for the bettering of our great city. Not that Rome is really producing anything great. I think they're producing cloth around the trade goods. Yeah, cloth. So that's really not something that we, can be that crazy about, but it helps with order investment, and saves would help. So the next investment, once we get a little bit more money, is going to be into an aqueduct, and Jesus Christ, everything is so expensive in Rome. God damn it. No, either way, thank you very much for joining me. This is our current state in the year 300 BCE. We've expanded quite significantly, and the next major war is probably going to be with the Sipontum and Apulia. That's gonna be something, because that's also going to make... Alright, I actually don't need you. I could flog you. Let's release him. I don't really need him anymore, and let's put a new governor up here. Yeah, his power base is not great, so I think gaining a little bit more territory here won't change the balance much, plus his armies are not that strong compared to ours. Alright, makes sense. Anyway, see you in the next one.